When I think about the future, I see something incredible. It's not some distant concept we wait for. The future is already here, transforming our lives, our work, and how we connect with one another. I've always said that 50% of the jobs we know today will disappear in the next 20 years. That might scare some people, but for me, it's a huge opportunity. Technology is reshaping industries and creating new ways to deliver value and improve lives. The key is to understand that those who embrace this change will thrive in the new era. The future doesn't belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who take action. I remember when I started Alibaba, people laughed at me, saying the internet would never be a profitable business in China. But I saw the future. I knew that the digital world would soon redefine everything. Looking back now, we weren't successful because we were smarter than others. We were successful because we believed in what the future could bring. If you want to be part of the future, you need to stop waiting for the perfect moment. The future is for the dreamers who dare to act. But let me tell you something more important. The future isn't just about technology, it's about people. True innovation happens when we are willing to learn, to grow, and to adapt. Those who succeed aren't necessarily the most talented, but the ones who can learn quickly and embrace change. That's the lesson I want to leave you with today. If not now, when? If not you, who? The future is already here, and it's waiting for those who are brave enough to step forward. People often ask me what the secret to success is. My answer has always been the same: vision. You need to see beyond what's right in front of you. When I started out, I failed again and again, but I never stopped believing in what the future could hold. Today, we live in an information age where things change faster than ever. Opportunities are endless, but they won't wait for you. Those who fail to adapt will get left behind. The future doesn't wait for anyone. If you want to be part of it, act now. Believe in your ability to shape what's in front of you, even when it seems impossible. It's that belief that has carried me this far, and it's what will carry you too. The greatness you seek is already within you, just waiting to be unlocked. The future is bright, and together we can create something extraordinary. I've faced failure many times in my life. I failed my university entrance exams multiple times. I was rejected from 30 jobs, including a position at KFC. But one thing I've learned is that success is not about never failing. It's about never giving up. Life will throw obstacles in your path, but those who succeed are the ones who refuse to stop. You see, persistence is the difference between those who dream and those who make their dreams come true. I often tell people, if not now, when? If not me, who? This isn't just a motivational quote, it's a call to action. When you face challenges, you have two choices: give up or push forward. Those who push forward, even when the odds are stacked against them, are the ones who change the world. It's easy to lose hope when everything seems impossible. But remember, impossible is just a word. Your ability to persevere in the face of adversity is what will define your success. When I started Alibaba, no one believed in us. We had no money, no connections, and no experience. But what we did have was the belief that we could succeed if we never gave up. There were times when everything seemed hopeless, but we kept going because we knew that persistence is more powerful than any obstacle. The world won't always believe in you, but as long as you believe in yourself, you have the strength to keep moving forward. Success doesn't come overnight. It's a long journey filled with setbacks, failures, and doubts. But each failure is a lesson. Each obstacle an opportunity to grow stronger. Those who give up will never see how close they were to success. The most successful people in the world are not those who never failed, but those who never quit. They kept pushing, kept learning, and eventually they broke through. So, when everything feels impossible, remember this: you have the power to keep going. You have the power to turn failure into fuel. The road to success is long and difficult, but it's also rewarding. Never give up, and you will find that the impossible becomes possible. The key is in your hands, and it's called persistence. If there's one thing I've learned on my journey, it's that persistence is everything. It's easy to start something, but it's hard to keep going when the going gets tough. And trust me, there will always be challenges. When I first started Alibaba, we didn't make any money for years. People thought we were crazy. But we kept pushing because we believed in the vision. We believed that if we kept moving forward, we would eventually break through. You see, challenges are a part of life. They are there to test you, to see if you really want what you say you want. Anyone can dream, but it takes real courage and persistence to make those dreams come true. The moment you decide to keep going, even when it feels like the world is against you, that's the moment you've already won. Success is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who keep pushing, who keep believing. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that the world doesn't owe you anything. If you want something, you have to work for it. You have to persist, no matter how hard it gets. People often ask me how I stayed motivated during the difficult times, and my answer is simple. I believed in what we were doing. I knew that every setback was just a step towards success. When you believe in your vision, persistence becomes a habit. Sometimes we think the world is against us, but the truth is, it's all a matter of perspective. Challenges are not there to stop you. They are there to make you stronger. The more challenges you face, the more resilient you become. The key is to keep going, to keep learning from each failure, and to use those lessons to fuel your next move. The road to success is not straight, but if you keep moving forward, you will get there. So, when you face your next challenge, remember this: persistence is the key to unlocking your full potential. Don't let setbacks stop you. Use them as stepping stones to greatness. Every great success story is a story of persistence. Keep going, and you'll write your own. Innovation is not something that comes from perfection. It comes from the courage to try, to fail, and to learn. When we started Alibaba, we had no idea what we were doing, but we weren't afraid to make mistakes. In fact, we made so many mistakes that I lost count, but every mistake taught us something valuable. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about embracing it as part of the process. The world is changing faster than ever before, and the only way to keep up is to innovate. But innovation doesn't happen in a safe, comfortable environment. It happens when you step out of your comfort zone, when you take risks and are willing to fail. The most successful companies in the world didn't succeed because they got everything right. They succeeded because they weren't afraid to get things wrong. They learned from every failure and used those lessons to fuel their success. One of the things I've always told my team is this: don't be afraid of failure. Be afraid of not trying. If you're not failing, you're not learning. And if you're not learning, you're not growing. Innovation is about pushing boundaries, taking risks, and learning from every step of the way. It's about having the courage to say, I don't know how to do this yet, but I'm going to figure it out. At Alibaba, we built our company on the belief that failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every failure brought us closer to our goal. We tried, we failed, and we learned. And in that process, we innovated. We created something that didn't exist before because we weren't afraid to fail. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Embrace them. learn from them, and use them to fuel your next big idea. Innovation doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from taking risks, from failing, and from learning. The more you're willing to fail, the more you'll learn, and the more you'll innovate. So be bold, be courageous, and never stop trying. That's how you'll change the world. There will be times in your life when no one believes in you. I've been there. When I told people about my vision for Alibaba, they thought I was crazy. I was rejected from countless jobs, failed in school, and no one thought I could build a successful company. But none of that mattered, because I believed in myself. I believed in the vision, even when no one else did. And that's the key to success. If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect others to believe in you? Confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from within. It comes from knowing your purpose, knowing what you stand for, and refusing to give up no matter how many people doubt you. If you let other people's doubts control your actions, you'll never achieve anything. But if you believe in yourself, even when no one else does, there's no limit to what you can achieve. I've learned that the people who doubt you are often the same ones who will admire you once you succeed. But you can't wait for their approval. You have to trust yourself, trust your instincts, and keep pushing forward, no matter what. There were so many times in my journey when people told me to give up, but I didn't. I believed in the dream, and I kept going. And that's why we succeeded. You have to be your own biggest supporter. The road to success is lonely at times, and you won't always have people cheering you on. But that's okay. As long as you believe in yourself, you'll find the strength to keep going. And eventually, you'll prove the doubters wrong. Success is not about being liked by everyone. It's about staying true to your vision, even when no one else sees it. So believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams, even when no one else does. Your belief is what will carry you through the tough times. It's what will give you the strength to keep going when everything seems impossible. And in the end, it's what will make you successful. Trust yourself, and the world will follow. Leadership in today's world is not about giving orders. It's about inspiring people. When I was running Alibaba, I learned that a true leader is not someone who has all the answers, but someone who can motivate others to find the answers themselves. In the 21st century, leadership is about creating a vision and empowering people to achieve it. It's about guiding people through times of change and helping them see the opportunities in front of them. One of the best pieces of advice I ever received was, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. This applies perfectly to leadership. As a leader, you can't control everything. You can't force people to follow you. What you can do is change yourself, improve your skills, and become the kind of leader people want to follow. It's about personal growth and setting an example. In times of change, leadership is more important than ever. The world is moving fast, and people need guidance. But that guidance doesn't come from telling people what to do. It comes from showing them what's possible and inspiring them to take action. A great leader is someone who can paint a picture of the future and make people believe that they can be a part of it. That's how you inspire and motivate in times of change. At Alibaba, I didn't have all the answers. In fact, I was often told that I didn't know how to be a CEO. But I didn't let that stop me. Instead, I focused on what I did know, how to inspire people. I shared my vision, I listened to my team, and together we created something bigger than any of us could have imagined. That's the power of leadership in the 21st century. It's not about controlling people, it's about empowering them. So, if you want to be a great leader, start by changing yourself. Be the kind of leader who inspires others to be their best. Show them what's possible, and they will follow you through any challenge. Leadership is not about power, it's about influence. and the most powerful influence you can have is to inspire others to believe in their own potential. The world is digital, and it's not going back. The way we communicate, do business, and live our lives has been completely transformed by the internet. At Alibaba, we saw this coming, and we positioned ourselves to be at the forefront of the digital revolution. The opportunities in the information age are endless, but only for those who are willing to embrace the change and adapt to the new realities of the digital world. In the digital age, information is the most valuable resource. Those who can harness the power of data and technology will be the ones who succeed. But it's not enough to just understand technology. You need to understand people. The digital world is about connection, and the companies that thrive are the ones that can create meaningful connections with their customers. At Alibaba, we didn't just build a company, we built a community. We used technology to bring people together and create value for them. One of the biggest opportunities in the digital age is e-commerce. When we started Alibaba, e-commerce was still in its infancy, but we saw the potential. Today, e-commerce is one of the fastest growing industries in the world, and it's only going to get bigger. The rise of mobile technology and the internet has made it easier than ever for people to buy and sell goods online. The digital age has opened up new markets and new possibilities for entrepreneurs all over the world. But the digital revolution is not just about business. It's about education, healthcare, and every other aspect of our lives. The internet has democratized access to information, and that means everyone has the opportunity to learn, grow, and improve themselves. The future belongs to those who are willing to leverage the power of the internet to make a positive impact on the world. The future is digital, and the opportunities are limitless. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a student, or a professional, the digital world is full of possibilities waiting to be explored. Don't be afraid of technology. Embrace it. Learn how to use it to your advantage, and you will find that the future is brighter than you ever imagined. The digital age is here, and it's time to seize the opportunities it brings. People often think that success is about luck or talent, but the truth is, success is the result of resilience and smart work. When I started Alibaba, I had no money, no connections, and no experience. But what I did have was the willingness to work hard and never give up. Success didn't come overnight. It came after years of persistence, learning, and adapting. And that's what I want you to understand. Success is not an accident. It's something you create through your actions and your mindset. Working hard is important, but it's not enough. You have to work smart. You have to learn from your failures and make adjustments along the way. At Alibaba, we made many mistakes, but each mistake taught us something valuable. We didn't just work harder, we worked smarter. We learned how to solve problems, how to innovate, and how to turn challenges into opportunities. One of the keys to success is resilience. Life will knock you down, but success comes to those who get back up time and time again. It's not about never failing. It's about never giving up. Resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's the ability to keep going even when things are tough. It's the mindset that says, I will find a way no matter what. Another important factor is adaptability. The world is changing fast, and those who can't adapt will be left behind. Success in the 21st century is not just about working hard, it's about being flexible, learning new skills, and staying ahead of the curve. At Alibaba, we were constantly adapting to new challenges and new opportunities. That's what allowed us to grow and succeed in a rapidly changing world. Success is not something that happens to you. It's something you make happen. It's the result of resilience, smart work, and a willingness to keep going no matter what. So, if you want to be successful, don't wait for luck or talent to carry you. Create your own success through hard work, smart decisions, and an unshakable belief in yourself. I failed many times in my life, but each failure was temporary. What stayed with me, what never left, was the will to win. The ability to succeed is not about avoiding failure. It's about having the determination to keep going, no matter how many times you fall. Failure is not the end of the road. It's just a stepping stone on the path to success. When I started Alibaba, we faced countless setbacks. There were moments when it seemed like everything was falling apart, but we didn't let those failures define us. We used them as lessons, as fuel to keep moving forward. That's the secret to success. It's not about how many times you fail, it's about how many times you get back up. The will to win is what keeps you moving, even when things seem impossible. Failure is a part of life, and it's a part of success. Every successful person has failed at some point, but what sets them apart is their refusal to give up. The will to win is stronger than any obstacle, stronger than any failure. It's what drives you to keep going, even when the odds are against you. At Alibaba, we never saw failure as the end. We saw it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Every failure brought us closer to success because we didn't let it stop us. We kept going, kept learning, and eventually we succeeded. That's the power of the will to win. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. So, when you face failure, don't be discouraged. Remember that failure is temporary, but the will to win is forever. As long as you keep moving forward, success is inevitable. It's not about never failing. It's about never giving up. The will to win will carry you through any challenge and lead you to the success you deserve. I've been rejected more times than I can count. I failed my university entrance exams multiple times, was rejected from every job I applied for, including KFC, and was told that Alibaba would never succeed. But here's the thing. Rejection didn't stop me. It fueled me. Every no was just a step closer to a yes. That's the formula for success. Use rejection as motivation to keep going. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth or your potential. It's just someone else's opinion, and opinions can be wrong. If I had listened to all the people who told me no, I would never have built Alibaba. But I didn't let rejection define me. I used it to push myself harder, to prove that I could succeed, even when no one else believed in me. The key to overcoming rejection is to keep believing in yourself. When you believe in your vision, no rejection can stop you. You have to see rejection not as an obstacle, but as a challenge. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself and to the world that you have what it takes. At Alibaba, we faced rejection from investors, from customers, and from the market. But we didn't give up. We used every rejection as a lesson, and we kept moving forward. Rejection is a part of the journey to success. Every successful person has been rejected at some point, but what sets them apart is their refusal to let rejection stop them. The formula is simple: persistence, belief, and action. When you're rejected, don't take it personally. Use it as fuel to keep going. The more you're rejected, the closer you are to success. So if you're facing rejection, remember this: it's not the end. It's just the beginning of your journey. Rejection is temporary, but success is permanent. Keep going, and you will get there. Don't let rejection define you. Let it motivate you to reach even greater heights. Yes, every big success starts with a small dream. When I started Alibaba, we didn't have much. We didn't have money, connections, or experience. But what we did have was a big dream. We believed that we could create something incredible, even though we were starting from nothing. And that's the most important lesson I can share. Always keep a big dream, no matter how small your beginnings. Dreams are what drive us forward. They give us purpose and direction, especially when things get tough. When we started Alibaba, people laughed at us. They said we would never succeed, but we didn't let that stop us because we had a vision. We knew that if we kept moving forward, step by step, we could turn that dream into reality. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how big you dream. The truth is, you don't need to have everything figured out when you start. You just need to have a vision, a belief that you can achieve something great. The rest will come with time, effort, and persistence. At Alibaba, we started small, but we always kept our eyes on the bigger picture. We didn't let our small beginnings limit our dreams. Instead, we let our dreams guide us through the challenges. One of the most important things you can do is to hold on to your dream, even when things get difficult. There will be times when it feels like your dream is too big, too far away, but that's when you need to believe in it the most. Every small step you take brings you closer to that big dream. And the more you believe in it, the more likely it is to come true. So no matter how small your beginnings are, never stop dreaming big. Your dream is the compass that will guide you through the challenges and setbacks. Keep believing in it, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Big dreams have the power to change the world, and they all start with a single step. Passion is the foundation of every great entrepreneur. When you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like purpose. And that's the key to lasting success, turning your passion into impact. When I started Alibaba, I wasn't driven by money or fame. I was driven by the desire to make a difference. I wanted to help small businesses in China connect with the world. And that passion is what fueled me through the difficult times. The best entrepreneurs are not motivated by profit. They are motivated by the impact they can make. When you're passionate about what you do, the challenges you face become opportunities to grow and learn. At Alibaba, our passion was always about empowering people and creating value for our customers. That's what kept us going, even when things were tough. Turning your passion into impact requires a clear vision. You need to know what you stand for and what you want to achieve. When you have that clarity, it becomes easier to make decisions and stay focused, even when things get challenging. Passion without direction can lead to burnout, but passion with purpose leads to impact. At Alibaba, we always kept our vision clear. We were here to serve our customers, to help them grow their businesses, and to make a positive impact on their lives. The most successful entrepreneurs are the ones who find a way to turn their passion into something that benefits others. It's not enough to be passionate about your own success. You need to be passionate about making a difference in the world. That's what true success is. Using your talents and your passion to create something that helps others and leaves a lasting impact. So, if you have a passion, don't let it go to waste. Find a way to turn it into something meaningful, something that makes a difference in the lives of others. Passion is a powerful force, but when combined with purpose, it becomes unstoppable. Turn your passion into impact, and you'll not only find success, but you'll also find fulfillment. Success is not a straight line. It's a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. But the most important thing I've learned is this. You have to trust the process. You have to believe that no matter how difficult things get, if you keep moving forward, you will eventually reach your destination. Success doesn't come to those who quit halfway. It comes to those who keep going, no matter what. When I started Alibaba, there were many times when it felt like we were going nowhere. We faced so many obstacles. And there were moments when it seemed like we would never succeed. But we didn't give up. We trusted the process. We knew that if we kept working hard, kept learning from our mistakes, and kept moving forward, we would eventually achieve our goals. The key to trusting the process is patience. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen on your timeline. It happens when the time is right. But if you quit halfway, you'll never know how close you were to success. That's why you have to keep going, even when things get tough. The process may be long and difficult, but it's worth it in the end. At Alibaba, we learned to embrace the process. We learned that every setback was just a part of the journey, a lesson to be learned. We didn't let the challenges discourage us because we knew that success was on the other side of those challenges. And that's the mindset you need to have. Trust the process, keep moving forward, and success will come. Success is not about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about the lessons you learn along the way, the growth you experience, and the perseverance you build. If you can trust the process, you will find that success comes not to those who are the smartest or the luckiest, but to those who don't quit. Keep going, and you will get there. In today's fast-paced, competitive world, emotional intelligence is what sets great leaders apart. It's not just about being smart or making the right decisions. It's about understanding people, building relationships, and leading with empathy. At Alibaba, one of the most important lessons I learned was that emotional intelligence is more valuable than technical skills. It's what allows you to connect with your team, inspire them, and lead them through difficult times. A leader with emotional intelligence knows how to listen, how to communicate effectively, and how to motivate others. They understand that people are not machines. They have emotions, fears, and aspirations. The best leaders are the ones who can tap into those emotions and use them to drive their team toward a common goal. At Alibaba, we built a culture of trust and respect because we understood the importance of emotional intelligence in building a strong, cohesive team. One of the key aspects of emotional intelligence is empathy. As a leader, you need to be able to put yourself in the shoes of your employees, your customers, and your partners. You need to understand their challenges, their frustrations, and their goals. When you lead with empathy, you build stronger relationships, and that's what creates a loyal, motivated team. Another important aspect of emotional intelligence is self-awareness. Great leaders are not only aware of the emotions of others, but they are also aware of their own emotions. They know how to manage stress, how to stay calm under pressure, and how to make decisions with clarity. At Alibaba, we faced many stressful situations, but emotional intelligence helped us stay focused and make the right decisions, even when the pressure was high. In a competitive market, emotional intelligence is what gives you the edge. It's what allows you to lead with compassion, to inspire your team, and to build lasting relationships with your customers. The world doesn't need more leaders who are just smart. It needs leaders who are emotionally intelligent, who understand the human side of business, and who can create an environment where people thrive. If there's one message I want to leave you with, it's this: be the change you want to see in the world. The business world is constantly evolving, and if you want to make a difference, you can't wait for someone else to lead the way. You have to be the one who steps up, who creates the change, and who inspires others to follow. When I started Alibaba, we didn't have a roadmap. We didn't have anyone to follow. We had to create our own path, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. Don't wait for the world to change. Be the one who changes it. Whether it's in business, in technology, or in your personal life, you have the power to make a difference. You have the power to be the change. Change doesn't happen by accident. It happens because people like you decide to take action. At Alibaba, we saw an opportunity to change the way people did business, and we took it. We didn't wait for someone else to do it for us. We became the change we wanted to see in the world, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. Be proactive, be bold, and be the leader who creates the future. The world is full of challenges, but it's also full of opportunities. The key is to focus on the opportunities, not the obstacles. Be the person who sees possibilities where others see problems. Be the person who creates solutions instead of waiting for someone else to solve them. That's how you make a difference in the world. So be the change you want to see. Don't wait for someone else to take the lead. The world needs more people who are willing to step up, to innovate, and to create a better future. You have the power to be that person. You have the power to make a difference. All it takes is the courage to start. Throughout my journey, I've faced many barriers. I've been rejected, doubted, and underestimated. But what I've learned is that barriers are not there to stop you. They are there to test you, to see how badly you want something. The most important lesson I can share with you is this: don't let barriers define you. Overcome them, and you will create an extraordinary future. At Alibaba, we faced countless barriers. We didn't have the money, the experience, or the connections to succeed. But we didn't let that stop us. We used every barrier as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to get stronger. And that's the mindset I want to share with you. When you face barriers, don't see them as roadblocks. See them as stepping stones to something greater. The key to overcoming barriers is resilience. Life will test you, but if you keep pushing, keep believing, and keep moving forward, you will break through. Every barrier you overcome brings you one step closer to your goal. At Alibaba, we didn't succeed because we had all the answers. We succeeded because we refused to give up. We believed in the future we were creating, and we kept going, no matter how difficult the journey was. An extraordinary future is not something that happens by chance. It's something you create by overcoming the challenges in front of you. It's something you build through persistence, hard work, and a relentless belief in your vision. At Alibaba, we didn't just build a company, we built a future. And that's what I want to encourage you to do. Don't let barriers stop you from creating the future you want. Overcome them, and you will achieve something extraordinary. The future is full of possibilities. And the only thing standing between you and that future is the barriers you face. But remember this: those barriers are not permanent. They are just challenges waiting to be overcome. And when you overcome them, you will create a future that is even more extraordinary than you ever imagined.
In his recent talk, Jack Ma, the visionary founder of Alibaba, delivered a message that struck at the heart of what it takes to succeed in the face of failure. He spoke passionately about how failures are temporary, but the will to win is forever, using his own life as an example of resilience and unwavering persistence. Jack Ma's journey from a humble background marked by multiple failures and rejections to becoming one of the world's most influential entrepreneurs is a testament to the power of perseverance. His story is one of never giving up, even when all the odds seemed stacked against him. Jack Ma reminded the audience that failure is an inevitable part of life, but it is how one responds to it that defines their future. He shared how he failed his university entrance exams not once, but twice, and was rejected from over 30 job applications, including one at KFC. But instead of letting these setbacks deter him, Jack Ma used them as fuel to push himself forward. He emphasized that persistence is what separates those who merely dream from those who make their dreams a reality. His ability to rise from every failure, more determined than before, was the key to his ultimate success. If you never give up, you still have a chance. Giving up is the greatest failure, he often said, encouraging others to adopt the same mindset. Moreover, Jack Ma emphasized that resilience is the cornerstone of success in the modern world. In an era where rapid change and disruption are the norms, it is not the most talented or the most intelligent who prevail, but those who are resilient enough to weather the storms. Jack Ma spoke about how resilience is not just about enduring challenges, but about learning and growing from them. He pointed out that every failure he encountered, whether in business or life, taught him valuable lessons that strengthened his resolve and prepared him for greater opportunities. His resilience transformed Alibaba from a small startup into a global powerhouse, proving that true success is born out of a relentless will to keep moving forward. Jack Ma's message resonated deeply with the audience, as he illustrated that failures are temporary, but a strong will to succeed is what carries people through the darkest moments. He acknowledged that while failure can be painful, it is always temporary and can be overcome. The will to win, however, is a permanent driving force that must be nurtured and maintained. For Jack Ma, every rejection, every failed business venture was a step closer to success. He urged everyone to remember that persistence and resilience are not just traits of successful entrepreneurs, but essential qualities for anyone striving to achieve their goals, no matter how difficult the path may seem. Through his experiences, Jack Ma demonstrated that setbacks should never be seen as the end of the road, but as opportunities for growth and learning. The ability to persist, adapt, and rise stronger after every failure is what truly separates leaders from the rest. Jack Ma's story serves as a powerful reminder that success is not a straight line. It is a journey full of challenges, but with resilience and the will to win, anything is possible. Now that you've learned the powerful lessons Jack Ma has shared about resilience, persistence, and the will to win, it's time to take action. Success doesn't come to those who wait for the perfect moment. It comes to those who keep pushing forward, even when faced with failure. Jack Ma's journey shows us that failures are not the end. They are simply part of the path to achieving something greater. What steps are you ready to take today to turn your setbacks into stepping stones? Apply these lessons to your own life. When things get tough, remember that persistence is key. Keep going, keep learning, and never give up on your dreams. Share in the comments below which lesson resonated with you the most, and let this community inspire each other to keep moving forward. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can continue to learn and grow with each new video. If you need more motivation, feel free to revisit this video anytime. Watch out for the next one. How the Top 1% Think Strategies for Massive Success, Jack Ma's Advice, where we'll dive deeper into strategies that will help you reach your goals and unlock your full potential.